Welcome to this tutorial on how to claim reimbursement of costs related to activities of a joint investigation team in which you are involved. Please note that you can only claim reimbursement of costs if your application for funding for your JIT has been successful. Let's get started. To navigate to the reimbursement claim form, simply access the Eurojust website, click on Joint Investigation Teams, and then on Reimbursement Documents. Click on the file named Reimbursement Claim and Reporting Form, and the form will open. We will now take a closer look at the form and fill it out so that you can start claiming your JIT-related costs. When opening the reimbursement claim form, you will first see the Instruction tab, then the Checklist tab, and finally the Example tab. Please read these three tabs carefully before filling in the form, as they will guide you through the process. So the next step is the actual reporting form. Let's take a moment to get familiar with it. At the top of the page, you will see fields related to your JIT funding application, the claiming organization, and contact person. On the right-hand side, you will see fields for your banking information. Below, you will find light blue fields with total claimed costs in euros. These fields are calculated automatically based on information from your annexes. Scrolling down, you will see a declaration with space for a signature, date and place. And finally, at the end of the form, you will find the report on funded actions. So now, let's start by filling in the relevant fields marked in orange. The color can vary slightly depending on your screen settings. Throughout the form, you should only fill in the orange fields. Please do not type anything in the other fields. First, fill in your JIT award decision reference number and the action period for which you were granted funding. You can find these in your original award decision email, which was sent to you after you applied for funding. Please fill in all dates in the form in the day/month/year format using slashes. The other fields at the top of the form are pretty intuitive free text fields, so let's fill them in, and please do not forget to save your document every once in a while. Do not fill in anything in the claimed costs field, as these are calculated automatically from the annexes, and they are not in orange. The report on funded actions requires a bit of an explanation. It's a field where you should list and describe the operational activities that were carried out during the action period and for which you claim the costs. Simply stated, you should explain how the awarded funds were used per cost category. If you have any deviations from the activities foreseen in the original funding application, you should also explain them here. For example, different destinations or different source or target languages. Please keep in mind that no case-related personal data should be used anywhere in the form. Now, let's move to Annex 1. This is where you provide specific information about travel and accommodation costs. The top part of the form, in blue, is already completed. Please do not change anything. Start by filling in the orange parts, the start and end dates of the action, for example the dates of your stay in a hotel. These dates should fall within the action period of the JIT. If they are not within the action period, please explain in the report on funded actions why actions took place outside the action period. Fill in the other fields. Choose the cost subcategory from the drop-down lists, travel or accommodation. Choose the type of expenditure, such as flight or trip by car. Fill in the name of the JIT member taking part in the mentioned action. Use the drop-down menu to choose where they were traveling from and to. And specify the number of units, for example the number of nights spent in the hotel. Note that the unit costs and total costs in euros are fixed amounts that are automatically calculated. Complete Annex 1, listing the information of all your travel and accommodation costs. Moving on to Annex 2, Translation, Interpretation and Transfer of Items. As with Annex 1, the top part of the form is already filled out. Begin by putting in the start and end date of the action, which refers to dates when the service started and ended, not to dates of issuance of an invoice or payment date. If the invoice does not mention specific dates when the service was performed, such dates should be specified in the report on funded actions. An important point is that costs should be specified in the currency indicated on the invoice and excluding VAT. If costs are incurred in a currency other than euro, they should be converted to euro as explained in footnote 4 of the form. Another important point is that if the invoice does not explicitly specify the VAT costs and no reference is made to VAT exemption, please clarify in the report on funded actions whether claimed costs include VAT. Complete Annex 2 by listing your costs in the orange fields. You can either type in the information or choose from the drop-down menu. The last tab of the Excel form gives an overview of all unit rates. When you navigate back to the Reporting Form tab, you will see that the various claimed costs have been calculated from your annexes. Save the form on your computer. Great! You have now completed the reimbursement claim form. So let me guide you through the necessary supporting documents. Supporting documents such as invoices, boarding passes and tickets back up the costs that you are claiming in your form. The checklist in the reimbursement claim form will guide you to exactly what supporting documents are needed and to collect them accordingly. To facilitate the reimbursement, we recommend that you write reference numbers on the supporting documents. These reference numbers should correspond to those in the annexes of the reimbursement claim form. So, for example, A1, A2, A3, or B1, B2, B3. Scan the supporting documents in a single PDF file. Now, let's go back to the reimbursement claim form. Print it and sign it, specifying the date and place. Scan the signed form and send it together with the scanned supporting documents and the reimbursement claims form in Excel format to JITs@eurojust.europa.eu. Please submit your claim within 1 month after the end of your action period, as mentioned in the award decision. The JITs funding team will acknowledge the receipt of your email within a few days, do an initial screening, and inform you of any further steps to be taken. So that's it. I hope this tutorial helps you to complete and submit your JITs-related claims. If you have any questions, you're always welcome to email us at jits@eurojust.europa.eu. Bye for now.